The process of transferring that we just completed was known as embossing, which is pressing a design into a surface so that it is raised in relief. Repoussé is a method of metalworking where parts of the design are raised forward in relief by the inside by means of hammers and punches, and the details in the front by chasing. For this project, we will learn how to use both sides of our metal to push and pull to create more three-dimensional forms without removing any of the surfaces. We're going to be using anything from a pencil with an eraser, a popsicle stick with felt on it, or just a plain old wooden stylus. Before I start, I'm going to go over all of my lines one more time with a wooden stylus on the front side before I begin on the back side. On the back side, we are going to push the metal to make the design protrude forward more. This process is known as chasing. Pressing down on areas that are right next to a raised area will create more definition. I am going to go back and forth slowly and continue and work on these areas that I want to create definition for. As long as you work slowly, your metal should not tear, and your goal is to work slowly to stretch the metal and create more form, making some areas push forward and some areas recede. As an artist, you are going to decide which areas are going to go forward and which areas are going to go backward. For smooth areas, you can use your eraser on your pencil, or you can use the felt popsicle stick and slowly push those areas to create smooth surfaces on both sides. As you work slowly, you'll be able to see just how much the metal will stretch, giving you more volume. If you find that a hole starts, stop immediately and lighten up your pressure in the future. You can continue around the hole and be careful to allow it to not get any larger. You'll find that when you work slowly on both sides, you'll be able to see just how much the metal stretches and just how much volume you can get. When you are at the point where you are going to start adding your patterns, I encourage you to use different lines and shapes to add a variety to your metal tooling. Remember that lines in metal tooling need space to breathe and for us to allow the metal tooling to have a 3D effect. So make sure that you are providing adequate amount of space between each line when you are doing your patterns. With the tip of your pencil or your wooden stylus, you can also go in and add various patterns using lines and shapes using the pointed end of your stylus. When in doubt, press more gently with any of these tools so that you stretch the metal slowly. It is important that we take our time so that the metal doesn't make holes and we don't scratch it or make unwanted marks on our metal. If you think that you're done, go back in and look for areas that could have used additional lines or patterns that could be embossed. I want you to push yourself out of your comfort zone and maybe do more than less. Different patterns that I chose for my metal tooling were circles, straight lines, small straight lines that are alternating in different directions, and then I also chose taking the tip of my wooden stylus and poking it gently to create dots. I encourage you to try different techniques to create your designs.